How It Ends is an American disaster film starring Theo and Forest Whittaker. The story revolves around Will making his way back to his girlfriend with her father after a mysterious destructive force sweeps across the country. Throughout this video I will be discussing the film in full detail, so obviously there'll be heavy spoilers. With that out the way, I'm Deffinition and this is my How It Ends video for how it... look, I'll just get into it now. After all flights are cancelled, Will and Tom embark on a road trip. After making several stops along the journey, they encounter all manner of people from thieves to escaped convicts and grieving families. During the trip, Tom's lungs collapse and Will must perform a needle thoracoscopy. This is a medical procedure that allows decompressed air within the lung to escape, and from this Tom's breathing returns to normal. Unfortunately, the attacks continue, and when the duo are accosted by a gang on the bridge, Tom succumbs to the wounds that he has received thus far and dies at the scene. The car also breaks down, and Will uses the remaining gas to set Tom and the car ablaze and continues on foot. A car with a family stops by while he's walking near Idaho, and they offer him a ride and he shows them the way to his father's house. Will finds it abandoned and decides to give all of the supplies in it to the family in exchange for their four-wheel drive, which allows him to continue his journey. As Will gets closer to Seattle, he sees that the city is almost completely destroyed and finds a note left by Sam with an address. He visits this address and finds Jeremiah and Sam, and they stay in the house and catch him for the night. However, Will becomes suspicious of Jeremiah because he's been checking out Will's car and acting very strangely. When confronting him, he discovers that Jeremiah is in love with Sam and they've developed a special bond because they thought Will was dead. This of course leads to conflict and Jeremiah tries to kill Will, only to be shot by Will in self-defense before he can draw his pistol. From here we see a big cloud of smoke and fire approach them, and this causes Will to get Sam. As they drive away from the cloud, we can see that it's clearly destroying everything in its path, which of course is a very tense moment. The couple drive north with the engulfing cloud behind them, but moments before it reaches the vehicle, the cloud appears to slow down, which could signify that the disaster is now at bay. However, the open-ended nature of the film leaves a lot of questions, and I'll now discuss my theory on exactly what I think caused it. Whilst the destructive force that rages across the country and how it ends is never truly explained, personally I believe it's a metaphor for the government's inability to properly communicate, which causes fear and panic. We have seen that fake news and humans jumping to conclusions often leads to fear and hysteria, and due to the lack of information on the devastation, people may trample over others in order to survive a cataclysm that seemingly has no end. The sparse clues that do appear in how it ends suggest that some of the observed events are due to a volcanic eruption. The US West Coast possesses two supervolcanoes, the Long Valley Caldera in California and Yellowstone in Wyoming, and these two volcanoes are considered to be one of the 5 biggest threats to humankind, with the other 4 being asteroids, nuclear war, disease, and global warming. Volcanoes cause huge volcanic eruptions, and during one it's important to keep a power grid working. This obviously hasn't happened in How It Ends, and explains why the networks fail and air travel has become impossible. I definitely think this was the case in the film, but as always I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have a different explanation. Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video please like it and subscribe to my channel. I create videos like this weekly and there'll definitely be something on here that you love if you're a fan of film. I recently discussed 8 amazing things that you definitely missed in Infinity War, so make sure you check that out, linked at the end of this video. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.